she's running right now. She's running open header because I got to get the exhaust matched up to the cat back. So that's the next step. She's got a slight little miss, but running pretty good. I'm thinking maybe plug some wires because they are the only thing that's really old on here. So I am going to change those out. But she's doing good. Gonna finish her all up. Don't mind the mess of power steering fluid in there that I didn't clean up yet. Rolled the fenders in the rear. And I still don't know if they're gonna clear. I might have to roll them out more because that's pretty wide. But I'm gonna have the fender flares on there and get a camber kit so I can angle it in a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, she's up running, responding pretty well. Radiator's got a small leak. Got to put a new radiator in. So she's definitely got to get a tune before I can really romp on her. But she's in and running. So I suspected back when I did the H23 swap in here, I took this motor out actually. I did the H23 swap in here. I suspected that this radiator was leaking from somewhere. Somewhere along the edges of the core down in the bottom. And sure enough, I put it back in. And as I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this, like I said, it was running, if you watched my videos before, running great. And it started to mess up again, which I think is something with the tuner, the injectors. So I'm on my way to figuring that out. But I just started leaking coolant out of this thing, and within like half a day, the shit started to get hot by the time, you know, I was trying to work on it. So junking this shitty ass OEM radiator, that's probably from '94, and just going with a cheaper one for now. DNA Motorsports aluminum radiator, dual core. So yeah, should be a little bit better. No more fucking leaking all down my garage. This is after I've already cleaned up like 5 or 6 times. I mean, it poured all the coolant out over the last week. Okay, so right now she's running right. Getting ready to take her for a ride. Let's hope everything's good. Temperature's good. Only thing that's not hooked up is the exhaust. But I did get everything in to get it done, hopefully. So hopefully next week. We're gonna go see how this runs though. Seems to be doing much better. Sucking in like crazy. Responding much better. Okay guys, so this is gonna be a collaboration, a bunch of stuff all together for this, but where we're at right now for the '94 Prelude SI, because I've had a lot of you guys offer help and a lot of guys ask about it over the past year. So if you remember, I did a H23 swap in it. I had everything up and running good, had a few things I had to work out. We ended up moving, drove it here. I decided to take the H23 out because I actually want to build that one in the long run for the H series build I have in mind if I don't decide to K swap down the road, depending on the routes I go with both Preludes. So we'll see. But I kind of always wanted to do a boosted H series build, and I kind of want to fulfill that. So the H22 I had in there before actually wasn't in really bad shape. It had a little bit lower, like I'm talking like tad bit by 10 lower compression in cylinder number 4, and that was literally it. Like all H series, it burned a little bit of oil here and there at higher RPM, but other than that, I mean, it ran fine, completely fine. So I took it out after I figured out it was the injectors. Took it out, and I was like, all right, what am I gonna do with this? I decided to put it back in and do a bunch of bolt-ons and a few things, cams and things like that. And I really want to make this a very stealthy, all flat black lude. But at the more and more I mess with it, I almost want to paint it if I end up keeping it in the long run, just like I did the other one. But right now we're definitely on a budget, and things have been a little bit tighter with, just like for everybody. But my wife did lose her job, at least recently. They let her go. and gave a severance, so we're kind of stuck in limbo right now with some things. Luckily, I have a lot of content and parts and things that I had bought in the long run and didn't get a chance to get around to doing, so hopefully that will add up over time. So what I am currently waiting on is financial reasons, is to get this. I have everything to do the flat black paint for myself, and that's something I can do myself, but I have to get it tuned and the exhaust work done. I have the flanges in the car, as you'll see, and I've done some mild tuning with Honda, nothing crazy. I don't know a whole lot on that, but just smaller things. And it is up and running. For some reason, it's definitely like power. It does need a tune. I don't want to push it too hard, but even in VTEC, when you hit VTEC, it kind of like sputters off and on. So I'm wondering what's going on there. I don't see a reason why it should so bad. They're just stage 1 cams from Skunk 2, and they're supposed to work in the valve or stock valve train, and not, from what I read, they shouldn't make it so aggressive that that it shouldn't be so aggressive that your idle's bad or it has any issues too bad. So I can see some tuning needs to be done to really romp on it, but I can't see it giving me the issues that it kind of is, the sputtering when it first starts up and kind of sputtering on and lacking power. So maybe I'll be able to figure it out in the time frame waiting, or it's just going to wait till it gets tuned. But if you guys have any possibly any answers, or possibly where I should look, let me know, especially Honda guys. But basically, since you guys seen this car, we've had a lot done to it. I want to catch people up to where we're at. I obviously did a OEM replica bumper. Fits pretty good for you guys if you're looking on it, but you can see the gaps down in the headlight, if you see that. Now those are aftermarket headlights, but yes, the gap was even there with the OEM headlights, unfortunately. And you can see on this side pretty much the same thing, but that nostril is a little bit closer, like you should be in OEM, where that nostril is not. Now I did take the OEM nostrils out and put the eyelids on there with the nostrils, which I love. They're just cheaper eBay versions, but they need to be heated up and fitted a little bit better. But still, the bumper fitment is not perfect. You can see over there by the corner light. I did do depot smoked corner lights and OEM fog lights with the OEM covers. So those are all wired up, OEM switch, everything, which is nice. And then I did a eBay front lip, which the fitment on the lip was great actually, except for with the fog lights. I did have to cut and change a few things. The rest of the body is pretty much OEM. I rolled the fenders out. I did not roll them out super pretty. Those dents were there before I did it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I probably would have kept these fenders and I painted to put on my 93, but they got some rough spots too. The wheels are circuit. I can't remember the exact one. I do have a video where these were on my 93 explaining everything about these wheels. Forgive me guys, I'm sorry. It's hard to remember so many wheels and different things I've done over that, but these are 15s. I believe it is like a almost zero offset. They're pretty wide. I had to roll the fenders out pretty wide to fit them. I can't remember the exact amount, but I do have the information on. I'll try to put a link below for that if you have any questions on the wheels. 205, 50, 15 Kumos. It's on max beating rod coilovers. I did do new brakes all the way around. There's drilled and slotted brakes from Power Stop. Brand new calipers from them, brand new brake pads from them, stick speed stainless steel brake lines. I believe it was stick speed. Don't quote me on it again. Those were all that was done probably about 2 years ago, and I haven't even driven it since then. God Snow exhaust, depot rear tail lights, and depot rear bumper lights. I did do, it's a cheaper eBay, and of course the car is really dirty right now. I gotta clean it, and not even with the paint, but just gotta clean it. eBay window visors, eBay rear window visor. This wing is made by, I can't remember the exact name, but I'll put a picture of it up here. It's like a duckbill spoiler. I do like it. I gotta finish mounting it and put some screws in the back and everything and line it all up. This is a 94 Prelude SI. And like I said, I was going for the all stealth blackout look. In the rear, I did do Megan tow arms and all new energy suspension bushings for the most part. There's a few I gotta still replace. I sourced all 4 OEM mud flaps because I wanted that on there. Of course, got the OEM side skirts. A lot of people have asked if those are OEM or not. Yes, those are OEM. It will need a new windshield. That's something I have planned. Unfortunately for these cars, trim and things like this, all this is so hard to find. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Bear with the beeping. Sorry, I'll take the key out here. Some of the interior was painted before I got it. So yeah, it was like yellow painted, and then someone painted it back to black, which I'm happy at least is black. But again, I don't know if I'm gonna be keeping all this interior in this car. If I do just decide to make it basically the race Lude. I do have the cover for the back of that. I do have one. I got a speaker going in my 93. Again, my 93 SI is a really nice one. What else to really say? I'm missing a shift boot if anybody has one. I'm looking for that leather shift boot. I really like to put that in there because I do want to keep the center console probably. And I did just notice after 3 years of having this piece is actually gray. So someone replaced it with the gray interior. I did not even notice that after all the years until just recently. OEM Prelude mats match this year. I sourced those, and again, see, you can see the yellow paint. Like I said, not a fan of that, but again, I don't know if I'll be keeping all of this interior here. You can see where it's broken down there, and you know, something's rough. I do have really good working cup holder though. I have a few of those. Yeah, I'm getting ready to do a little bit of tuning. There's not much done in the interior, or really not tuning, sorry, just kind of adjust some things. I keep saying that word, and no, I am not a tuner, and I don't know how to fully tune. But I did do LED lights in this for people that are asking if I upgraded the lights a few times when they saw it at night. It does start right up. It is open header right now, so unfortunately it's pretty loud. There's the exhaust flanges I have. I gotta have one of our guys here local in town do it. And of course, my gas and my heat gauge do not come on right away. They do come on and work, but it is a common problem in these 410 Ludes. I do plan on either replacing that. I have to do the same thing with my 93, or I'm just gonna go ahead and maybe do an aftermarket. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, it all kind of depends on where everything goes. The car is very dirty, so this engine bay, I can't wait to clean it and get it done really well. But I'm proud of myself in this because it's the first time I really took this much time with a 4th gen Lude in years. And that aluminum radiator is actually from a 5th gen. They do fit. You have to bend your bracket up a little bit, but it does clear the hood, and the hoses of course match, pretty much the same thing. You can hear the intake on this sucker sucks in there pretty damn good. It's idling about 900 to 1,000. Skunk 270 millimeter throttle body with a Skunk 2 intake manifold. Speed Factory thermal throttle body gasket with a 1320 thermal intake manifold gasket. I did just do the regular wiring up for the idle air control valve and use the bracketry and everything that Skunk 2 provides. I could have went through further and hid one in the back, and that's probably something I'll do in the future or do on my other Lude. But I was just going, like I said, this is very much a budget build right now. BMS wires, Spectra distributor intake, which has been really good. Sorry, not intake, distributor cap rotor, which has been very good through everything, because I did think I had an issue there, but it actually wasn't. It's the injectors. Just a super start battery from O'Reilly's nuts, but I am going to relocate that to the trunk this weekend, hopefully. Just an eBay slim fan, stick speed radiator cap I picked up, G Plus hoses, radiator, and I do have a few G Plus hoses in the back that I had extra from another set. It is a 1320 HTB header. It does clear this oil pan very close, to let you guys know. I'd recommend doing the other oil pan in the future if you do, or going with a different header, but it is supposed to be a pretty decent header. In the long run, I can't wait to see what this thing does power output. Just naturally aspirated with a little bit of tuning. I am interested to see. I did swap to a 5th gen crank pulley and a 5th gen alternator pulley, so that I could use that crank pulley off the H23 that only has one spot, you know, for one belt. There's no AC, power steering, anything. So a little bit lighter pulley. eBay fuel pressure regulator. I did BMS cam gears, adjustable timing cam gears, Skunk 2 stage 1 cams, 1320 H2B PCB valve, just because I wanted to use the OEM tube, and it just looked cleaner. 310cc injectors, RC injectors. I do have, actually the OEMs are 345 in here, I believe, in the 4th gen Preludes. I do have a set up there I'll probably swap out later, use those for something else. I did do a brand new clutch master cylinder, stainless steel line all the way, got rid of everything. Valix Racing ABS delete kit, got rid of that. I do need to get a new brake booster that is leaking, I found out, unfortunately, afterwards. So I'm gonna have to pull the intake manifold off and pull the, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass, you guys know. Internally, other than the cams, the motor's stock. These cams are supposedly supposed to be fine with the stock internals. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I did an XTD stage 2 clutch. I didn't want to do anything super aggressive yet right off the bat. I actually want to teach my wife how to drive on this manual. This is a Spider intake, short ram intake, just a cheaper eBay one there, name brand, but nothing big. And of course, new slave cylinder also along with that. What else did I do? I did the Innovation mounts, and then I did the Innovation traction bar. So that I can't wait to really, you know, test out. The mounts seem to be holding up really well as far as the way the fitment one motor. The vibration is not too bad at all, guys. It's actually not horrendous. I thought it might be a little bit bad, and it actually feels nice and stout, but not too rough. I did of course, new timing belt, water pump, tensioner. I did 1320 manual tensioner. Trying to think. New NGK coil, external coil. Just left it that way for now. Again, it's not gonna be nothing super crazy, but it does look badass. I do enjoy it. Those are Depot black corner lights too with eBay. These are from eBay, but I can't remember the actual brand. There's a guy that actually makes them, and they are glass instead of the plastic ones. They're glass. The fitment was great, and they seem very good quality. The only one that does kind of bother me though is it does seem like this side doesn't seal up all the way, and that might be something I can fix myself, because it does seem to get some condensation in there sometimes, going through like a car wash. When I had it in town, my old place, I'd run it through the car wash really quick. Sometimes they get condensation in there, so that kind of sucked, you know, being brand new. Other than that though, it's nice. I have the blinkers wired up to the little halos, and I do want to, right now they are just standard halogen bulbs. I do want to upgrade to either some HIDs or LEDs. I don't know, we'll see. I do have some better LED bulbs sitting in there. I just haven't put them in because it's a real pain in the ass to put my hand in there. But everything works except for that fog light one out. All the other lights work. They're LED lights all the way around, except for the tail lights. I got to do that. Let's turn that off. But yeah, guys, this is just an update on it, because I've had a lot of people asking. I will do a nicer, sorry, you probably can't hear me. I will do a nicer video, and more, I guess you'd say, better video just all in general, because I feel like I kind of was stumbling on my words in this one and just very tired. But I wanted to kind of give an update on it because people are asking, and I would take you guys for a ride in it with the phone up, but it is so damn loud with that open header that with the windows down and that open header, you're not going to barely be able to hear a damn word I say. So, but I will rev it up really quick just so you can hear how stupid loud it is. I can't wait to get the exhaust put together. Oh, I did do a XTD lightweight flywheel in there too. Sorry, I did forget about that. But see if you guys can hear it from in here. So yeah, it's kind of loud there. And like I said, I do have launch control set up, but it is kind of missing here and there. And I just want to get that definitely looked at before I romp on this thing or have any, you know, fun with it. I just want to drive it easy, get it to tuners, and go from there. So, and that's not the original miles on this. Honestly, as rough shape as this body looks, the mileage on this car wasn't terrible. I have the original gauge cluster in the back, and it ended up dying on me. And the thing was only around like 150,000 or something for a 94 SI. You know, it's obviously not cherry, but you expect to be a lot more mileage, you know, by now. And I was surprised, and I got this one used, and it was at 207. So that's actually not accurate for this car, but we'll see where we're at here. So yeah, I gotta start messing around here. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for update. Thanks for asking about it, everyone. Let's see if I can flip the camera around here. Nope, it's not gonna let me. But all right, YouTube, thank you everyone for checking out and asking questions about it and being interested in this. Hopefully gonna have a lot better content on it soon. Just kind of catching up on everything, so everything's been a mess. Sorry about that. Channel's been a mess. All right, guys, thanks a lot.